Better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com or ring us 860-383-4750.
Just wish, make a dish.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
You're not rich.
No, I'm not. I got hair.
Well, no, you're not Richard. I mean,
I'm sitting in for Rich.
You're sitting in for Rich, who is on days this week. So, and then next week he's on vacation.
What?
I forget.
Well,
so
you are entitled to a vacation.
yes, that's what happens. When people they're about to quit.
Oh,
They all of a sudden they start taking a bunch of days off.
Yeah, use it up before they take it away from you.
Huh?
Use it up before they take it away from you.
Yeah, well, he's accrued a little bit of vacation time here.
Well, how many weeks do we get?
Over what kind of a period?
I'm just wondering. How
Over a year?
Yeah.
You get one day per year. 1 day. One vacation day.
Unpaid.
Yeah. Sorry. It's how the world works these days.
I know it. Get nothing.
You get nothing for nothing.
You got it.
Which kind of is part of our discussion today.
Yeah. So, well, we have to start off. What do mice do when they go home?
I knew it wasn't going to take long. I don't know, Paul. What do mice do when they go home?
Mousework.
I don't know if I get that one.
Housework. Mousework.
Uh,
Come on, you just visited the mouse. What are you puking at?
that was the worst one yet.
Ah, come on.
It was the worst one yet.
Oh, well.
Mousework.
Mousework.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, world news headlines. China shoots off some missiles.
Yes, it did. They did as a result of Pelosi being in.
Pelosi's such an idiot. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, she's on.
It's weird because Lloyd Van Lannen just said, ask Pelosi. So before that was kind of weird, Lloyd. But Van, go ahead, say what you're going to say.
No, she's doing a shopping spree. I'm telling you. What is she going to bring to those countries? What is she going to do?
I don't know.
She's on a shopping spree. I guess her old man got off with a drunken charge.
Did you expect anything?
Yeah, he got, and he had drugs and drinks in the system, but he got off. Yeah.
Did you really expect anything different there?
Yeah. Apparently, he's got some special card he can pull.
Yeah.
So he pulled the card and apparently got off. Yeah, she's maybe we never thought about maybe he drinks because of that reason. What would you do?
I wouldn't have gone near that.
You kind of wonder.
That's scary.
She takes off. Why didn't he go?
I don't know.
I mean, she was on vacation, just like everybody else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't she go on? Didn't she?
I don't know. Ask Vince and Linda McMahon.
Oh. Well, did Pelosi go on vacation someplace during? What the hell was it, a couple of years ago? She went someplace and she went on a buy-in trip. She was bitching about traveling, and she's out buying on some trip. I can't remember where it was, but well, nothing like having a Pelosi war, pissing off the president of China.
I wonder how the president of the United States felt about that.
He probably didn't even know she left.
Yeah, man. Where's Pelosi? Where did she go? She doing the thing, man. Let's do the thing.
Yeah. Well,
that's another thing.
He can't say too much, because
Talk about a lame duck president right now.
Yeah. I mean, he can't really say too much because let's face it, the Biden family has been with his son. They've been involved with China and oil and all this other crap. There's a lot of things behind the scenes there that we don't know about.
And now a lot of Democrats are coming out.
They don't want him.
They don't want him to run again.
Yeah. Which
is going to make him a lame duck president. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of the old timers are saying that too. They don't want him in there. It's obvious why. But I heard, and it scared me, was they were thinking of AOC. I mean, my God, what are they thinking? Can you imagine if AOC was president? We'd have to,
I don't want to think of that.
We'd have to plug all the asses of the cows because they'd be doing green farts. I mean, come on. We'd be back to the old ages with her in there. My God, I just can't believe it that they've been thinking of her.
It's a frightening world right now.
It's a very frightening world thinking about her being a president.
Reagan's up there with George.
Yeah.
Just kind of looking down and go.
I mean, I got nothing against a woman being president, but what qualifications does she have? Making martinis?
I don't know.
I mean, I think she went to college. I think. I don't know.
Well, George,
she probably went to New York Community College.
They're gonna go boom pretty soon.
So
bring on AOC. Yes.
That's scary.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Man, that's scary. I'm glad I'm old.
What about people in my generation and younger?
Scary.
It's
and there are a lot of people that would probably say, yeah, that's great. Exactly. So, but anyway.
Is anybody having a problem with the comment section?
Yeah, we need some comments.
Well, there's a couple, but there's I just got a message saying that the comment section is not opening.
Ooh.
So how would I even know? Because they can't comment. Let's see. Van says AOC. She can't even spell president.
Well, I hate to tell you, but I heard someplace or read someplace that somebody was considering her. Only because I think I don't know. I don't know where the hell they come up with this stuff. I really don't.
If anybody is having a hard time, and I don't know, I mean, Facebook is Facebook sometimes. Let me see. Well, somebody just sent me a photo. I don't want to say who, but.
No, it's not because I sent a comment.
What, yours is fine or no?
Oh no, I don't see it. Oh, there he is. There it is.
Yep.
Oh, there's Rich Wadslick. He's in there now.
Yeah,
Rich is in there.
Okay.
Hey, Rich, how do I look? Do I look?
I don't know if you're having a hard time with. Maybe they're just backed up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. No, Rich's comments came through.
Okay.
I hope I'm doing you good.
You're there. It says committee.
I just threw it in there.
Yeah, threw a word in there.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rich. What are you doing? Oh, this is his way of saying I'm on strike because I'm not going to come in and do the show, but I'm going to be remote somewhere. Good morning, Laura.
Sorry, Rich, I didn't get a haircut completely.
I guess, Rich, you're at work, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think he's
Don't make him ask that question. Are you at work? You don't want him to say that.
You don't want him to say
Don't want him to get in trouble. Yeah.
If you're in Montville, call 911.
Not supposed to be on social media when you're working. Come on, no. He's monitoring.
Okay. It's just
Yeah.
He says you look fabulous.
Oh, I'm sorry. I try to do you good.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, try to live up to your standards.
We may even have his replacement coming in a minute or two.
Oh, his replacement. Oh, yeah, he's right too. He's got to go on sabbatical.
Yeah. So we don't know. I mean, we may have to suspend Rich Waslick.
Yeah.
For no call, no show. Sorry, Rich. It's just business, buddy.
Yeah.
It's just business.
Interesting.
So the Dems are coming out and saying they do not want Joe Biden to run again.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how smart that is, to say that publicly, because that just puts them in a bad light. It just puts the current presidency, in a really bad light.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? If your own party is saying to of the incumbent president,
well, they just can't go. I mean, let's face it. We know that he's having issues.
Yeah,
we know that, and they recognize that too. And if they stay there and they keep supporting him because of those issues, then they're going to look like a bunch of idiots. They know that, if he went another 4 years, he wouldn't even know he wouldn't know how to get to the White House. He lived there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's just not well enough to do that job.
Laura says, "You look marvelous, darling." I do not really say that,
No.
But you are spectacular.
No. That's because I got the Rich Waslick look.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Scott Fryer.
Oh,
I love it when they start eating their own.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like a bunch of hamsters,
Yeah.
Darling.
Yeah. Like I say, it's the long time. It's the guys that have been in it for a long time are the ones that are actually saying that too. It's not the younger.
Is it Schumer? Is Schumer talking about it?
No.
He's one of the love you long time guys in that party.
Yeah. No, I wish I could remember the guy's name. He's usually in charge of some committee. He's the one that said it. If I can remember his name, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lousy with names. So sometimes I have to check my book to see what my name is.
Well, that's a different disease, Paul.
That's true.
That's something totally different. So, but you look marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
I don't know if I could find it, but it doesn't make any difference.
What are you looking for? A backup dad joke from the terrible one you told earlier?
No, I was looking to see if I could find the article, but I'll forget it.
We're not even going to rehash that
it's
joke.
not important.
You've got to redeem yourself. You've got to redeem yourself with another joke because that one was just
that wasn't that bad.
BAD bad.
All right, let's see what we got here. No, I did that one yesterday.
It's Dad Joke Thursday. Anybody else have any really bad dad jokes?
What did the vegetable call a plumber? Why did the vegetable call a plumber?
Why did the vegetable call the plumber? I don't know, Paul.
There was a leak. Leak is a vegetable.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Wow.
Well, you want another one?
Well, I guess dad jokes are supposed to be eye rollers anyway, right?
Hey, gotta make people laugh.
Huh?
Gotta make people laugh.
Or vomit. One of the two.
Well, sometimes you need to vomit.
All right. Scotzo says, how about the Dems hiding $400 billion in discretionary spending in the burn pit bill, then demonizing Republicans when they disapproved it?
The burn pit bill.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I'm not familiar with that bill. I know there was some discrepancy with this last one he just did.
Mm-hmm.
That apparently the Republicans were saying it was going to be a big tax increase to people, and apparently it's not.
Okay.
So the latest bill they're coming out with that he bent over and agreed to do, but he claims it's not going to cost anybody making less than $400,000 a tax increase.
Come on in, sir.
Morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Here he is. It's Rich Waslick's replacement.
The short version.
Hold on, just let me get this.
Ew.
Come right on up to here, and we're gonna get you right on camera here.
Oh dear.
Oh, we got him. All right, let me adjust here. Let us see, and you'll be able to see who this is in a second. If I can just get this.
Mm.
And oh, look at that! It's the mystery guy.
Hmm.
Gotta get the camera working. There we go. All right, if you're gonna sit back there, I'm gonna move this up to you.
Oh.
There you go. No, it's not you. It's a unidirectional microphone. So there's like, if you see a light, the blue light, you see a blue
Yes.
light. Yeah, you gotta talk into that.
Okay.
You sound good. I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
I can hear him.
You can hear him too. Well, he's right next to you. So here we are. Here's our finally a replacement for Rich Waslick.
Replacement? Oh boy.
Oh yeah. No. It's Mr. Cortland Kinney. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How about yourselves?
I'm doing good. I think Paul's doing okay. You know, hence his bad dad jokes this morning.
I missed those. Sorry.
Oh.
I can repeat them.
No. We don't want that. No.
Okay. All right.
So, how long has it been since I've been trying to get you to come in here and just kind of hang out and chat with us?
I don't know. Last year or so it started.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
I think since about the election, maybe.
I think so. Like, probably around. Yeah, that's right. That's about right. I don't know. I think we would talk what once every month or maybe a little after, a little more than that. And I would say, boy, you should really come in. You know, you're a wealth of knowledge, especially of Griswold. So
Limited topics.
I don't know. Well, maybe to you, but everything we've seemed to talk about, you have good information and good insight on. So that's why I was saying, hey, please come in, because I think it'd be educating me, certainly on Griswold and the town. What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm not from Griswold.
Yeah. So
Well, I wore this shirt in honor of you, Mike.
get bitten in Griswold. Look at the vampires.
Oh yeah.
That was back from the bicentennial. But
Right,
I have to stand up to show you the back.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Jewett City Vampires.
Oh, there you go.
And the eyes, one is the town seal, the other is the borough.
The borough.
Oh,
seal.
that's cool.
And everything was in vampire font.
Is it called Vampire Font?
Yes,
Really?
there actually is a vampire font.
Wow.
That's funny. I really wish. I hope they do something with. I know that I had come up with a couple of things, and Ryan Aubin, is doing a couple of things. I just think it would be fun to go ahead and try to capitalize on something that's kind of built in, to the
And
town.
no other town can claim it.
That's it. I was not a big, somewhat of the whole sunflower thing. I mean, I whatever it brought, that's great. But there are so many towns that have sunflowers. Matter of fact, within even in the middle of Connecticut. So I don't know, and I don't think the sunflowers help the entire town. Do you have any view on that, on the sunflower promotion, or maybe what they or any like what they could have done or they didn't do, or?
Well, they were looking for branding for the town.
Yeah.
And something positive.
Mm-hmm.
And what's more positive than a sunflower?
That's true. That's very, very true.
Yeah.
So, Paul, what do you think happened? What do you think happened with the whole sunflower thing? Because all of a sudden it just dropped.
No,
It
I
just
think
stopped.
what happened was there was There was talk about putting a mural on the side of the building where the barber shop is, the one that faces Walgreens.
Yep.
The woman that actually owned the building actually agreed and was going to do a donation to support putting the mural up there. I think it was like 10 grand or something like that. But they had to wash the bricks, and then, but the problem, and take down some of the trees in front so that the mural would stand up. But it came down to be a money issue at the time. Don't forget, we were going through the pandemic and nobody had any money. So it was like 10 grand to get it done. But
yeah, so before that, like the Jewett City Savings Bank, they
did the mural on their
their ATM.
Yeah.
And now Eastern Connecticut Savings, their sign
They have
right in front of the
it
building
too.
is a big
if you remember, there were little flags on the streetlights, had a little banner with
sunflowers.
That's right.
sunflowers too.
Yeah.
But it kind of went by the wayside. They wanted to put a big mural on the wall down there.
So should we get banners with vampires on them?
Wouldn't hurt.
Or do you think that would just like do you think it's a good idea, or do you think that would be people would look at Grizzled as maybe not so much as a serious place if we started putting vampires up? Because you gotta.
What about when people travel and they research and they look at, okay, what's in this region? What are the things to see? Museums, attractions. We do have a museum in the top of Slater Library.
Right.
It's not open too often, but a lot of that's due to staffing.
So why can't are there other opportunities to put that somewhere else? Because even the second floor of the library, it's really hot up there.
They're concerned.
Not even enjoyable to be there.
Yeah, their concern is putting it someplace where it be protected. They're
Yes.
afraid that they put it somewhere out in the boondocks, somebody could break in and steal it, and that's what their concern is. There's a lot of stuff up there that, some World War II or World War I uniforms and things like that.
Private collections that have been donated.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, so they're going to leave it there in a hellhole because it's so hot, just because it's safer?
I don't know.
It kind of defeats the purpose, is it not?
Yeah, but I don't think the Historical Society is just not a large organization.
No, we're not.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you're on that, right?
Yeah, it's a small number of people, and it's pretty tough to do all that.
So who else is on it besides yourself?
There's a few couples from town. Mary Rose DeVoe, longtime president.
Yep.
She still comes. She stepped down from being president. Deb Lozer
Okay, yeah.
is president. Actually, she's co-president with Judy Merrill.
Oh, okay.
And so we still have meetings. We have an occasional guest speaker. Thing is, during the summer we don't meet as much, and then during the winter we don't meet for a couple of months. So it's
you only have
not
like
every month.
So you have like a few meetings a year, it sounds like.
Less than 6.
Yeah. So what's the opportunity? I mean, you talk about, people, getting out and taking a look at what's what in a certain town. Do they want to go there? Like what's in Griswold, what's in Jewett City that you can't get anywhere else? What can you get here? What do people have to come to Jewett City for that they can't get in Mystic or Stonington or somewhere down by the, the coast? What is something? And vampires.
Well, that'd be one. Don't forget the coast down towards Mystic is really whaling.
Mm-hmm.
That's their thing, whaling.
Right.
That's what made the London and Mystic and those areas down there famous because of the whaling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're right. There should be a lot. Too bad there wasn't some way you could take the fire hydrants and make it look like a vampire. Paint the fire hydrants.
That's actually a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty cool idea. But how much would that cost?
Yeah, you get volunteers with paint. You get a couple of artists that might be able to do something. I don't know.
Those would be the ankle biters.
Yeah. Some people paint the sidewalks. Some people paint the streets.
Sometimes you see fire hydrants that look like dogs and cats.
Well, yeah. If you ever go into where Georgia Tech is and you go downtown, there's
bulldogs
all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, because they're known for the bulldogs. Well, You want to make it known. You got to put those kinds of things out there. But it's going to take a group of people to get the thing going.
So, Court, I mean, from being on the Historical Society and, you know, knowing about a lot of things in the town that you do know, do you think doing something like that with vampires and, you know, that type of genre, would you think that would be a positive or a negative in town?
I think it would be a positive,
Okay.
but it's not going to be a single person's effort.
No.
It would have to be a group effort and then become a community effort. It's not a one-person job.
Right.
Yeah, and if you look at the Historical Society and you look at some of the stuff that they've documented, there's a lot of stuff documented for this town back in the late 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
There's pictures and, you know, all kinds of stuff. What's being documented in 2022? Nothing for the future. I mean, it's so easy right now to document this stuff because you got all kinds of technology that you could document what's going on now for the future of the people who are going to live in this town. You know, 50 years from now, what happened in 2022? Nothing.
Yeah.
So
Kathy just said Greenville's hydrants are painted as minions.
Minions?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's kind of funny. I guess I didn't realize that.
I mean, all it takes is a bunch of volunteers who are, you know, willing to do something, and you could do it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with painting the fire hydrant.
So where would you
It
have
ain't
to
gonna hurt
go? I mean,
anything.
would you have to go like through P&Z to get like authorization for that, or
No, yeah, I think you'd have to deal with the fire company.
Okay,
I know, you know, why would they not agree as long as it's not affecting
the operation of it.
the operation
Right.
of it? You know, they think they would probably go along with it. A lot of places,
Hmm.
you know, maybe we get some vampire statues. Who the hell knows? But then here's the other thing they got to be careful. The way that vandalism happens around here, which is now we all know a lot of vandalism's going on. You know, you're kind of concerned if you put something downtown like statues of vampires that
They'll get taken.
get broken in half or
Right.
stolen.
They can't
or-
take the fire hydrant.
No.
they can't. So, you know, so that would be a concern.
I think that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends on how far the town or an organization wants to go with it, you know, as far as promoting that.
All it takes is one individual to get the group together.
Community service for
Yeah.
budding artists at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Get people to
Because the last thing was her name was Faith, right? That was going to go ahead and do the painting on the side of
I don't know. She was the one that
the
painted
former
yeah.
Aramoni's Bakery, which is now the
she was
barber
the
shop.
one that painted the mural at the Jewel City Center.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
She was going to do it.
But it was going to be a hefty sum, if I'm not
So with
mistaken.
10 grand.
It was 10 grand.
10 or 15
Okay.
grand. So it was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, the town was going to supply the fork truck to get her up there and do it. And we're trying to cut costs and stuff
Mhm.
like that. I know we had a meeting down there, but unfortunately, it just went down the tubes.
And this is, here's a comment right here. It's from Laura, which kind of goes along with what is being said right now. She goes, maybe get some building owners to give permission for a mural painted on their building.
Yeah.
We even went as far here when Kevin Merchant was the president and CEO of the U.S. City Savings Bank, of doing it here on the side.
Yeah.
Where our sign is over here.
Yeah.
We had mock-ups done and everything.
Yeah.
Of how that would look. And then the whole sunflower thing just kind of, as a whole, I mean, we still have the Sunflower 6K.
Yeah.
Which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
This weekend.
This weekend.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Which I think you can still register.
I believe you can.
$40 for an adult, $35 for kids under a certain age.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get a shirt though at this point.
Right. You will get a medal. They still have, I think they still have medals. And I forget when you have to go pick up your bib by.
I don't know.
But anyway,
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Till 1 or 2, I think. It's like 10 to 2.
Yeah.
Pickup. My son is running.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I walked it the second year. Oh my god, that was painful. I walked it with Ken Willie's wife because Ken was actually running the PA, the music and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was my system, but he was just there because he said, "Why don't you walk it?" And he said, "If you do that, then I'll go ahead and I'll run this." I'm all right. So I did, and that was more than I ever thought I'd ever do in my life.
Yeah.
It was a long walk. So, and it's what 6K is what 3.7 miles or 4 miles,
Right.
It's
I think it's like 3.7.
yeah, but that's a long way for a fat guy. It really is.
Up and down the hills. Yeah.
Huh?
Up and down hills and things like that.
So here are things that we know can survive in this town.
Mhm.
You know, like the Sunflower 6K,
Yeah, but there's a
Sunflower branded, and
There's a number of people that get involved with that whole 6K run.
but that's the key, is it
That's-
not?
That's
Yeah,
the key.
right. There is a dedicated group that works on that every year.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I mean, you can't even get a dedicated group to bring out the artistic stuff that we wanted to do.
Mhm.
Remember, there was one of the selectmen wanted to create a arts and crafts group
Mhm.
that he tried, and that went down.
Arts and entertainment, yeah.
Yeah, that went down the tubes because nobody wanted to participate. You know,
Mhm. I think it was a subcommittee of the rec department.
yeah, but nobody was interested.
Okay.
If you can't get people's interest, you're not going to get anything done. And I don't know how you motivate people today. It's tough.
Life's too busy.
It is.
It's hard to find the time.
even now, even more so now.
Yeah, I think people today are more concerned about buying gas and buying food and paying their rent. Because let's face it, everything is
Right.
up.
Are people not as concerned with paying their rent right now? Because if they don't, it'll take a landlord 2 years to get you out.
Yeah, but they're not. They're going to get out eventually, and they may end up have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say 2 years?
I was talking to an attorney that shall not be named, and not even in town, but they said that because everything's still backlogged in the courts.
That's the reason.
Yeah, especially with foreclosures, not even so much rent and or people defaulting on their apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They can't keep up with it. They're very far behind.
Yeah.
Plus, there's somebody that lives right around here and right at the station that works in probate and something to do with. I know they
probate is death.
No, I know I'm wrong.
Okay.
She deals with like landlords and
Oh.
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole thing.
And she said the same thing.
Yeah.
That it would take a very long time right now to get somebody out, because there are people that are stretching that and
Yeah.
abusing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. I mean, I don't know. We've never had a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
Even through the pandemic and everything. I think it's just
Well,
being
people-
responsible.
people came out of the pandemic. We're going to be free. We're going to be able to do all this stuff, and what do they get whacked with?
Inflation.
You got it.
Big time.
They figured they were going to drive someplace, be able to go on vacation. Gas was $5 a gallon.
Right.
How the hell are you going to go anywhere?
And
Well,
that's
think about the people that got boats. Waiting for the summer, get on that boat, right? Can you
and that's
imagine?
not even with the tax taken away.
Yeah.
Till what, the end of the year now?
Right. But they didn't remove the diesel tax.
I know. That was my next thing. You're talking about gas going up or whatever. So that's the consumer. And what about the business end that hurts the consumer?
You're going to pay for it.
Yeah, you're going to pay for it because diesel is exorbitant.
Look at
How do things move from coast to coast in a truck, which
Right.
is diesel?
look at your garbage pickup. Look at the bottom of your bill.
Yeah.
There's a fuel
Transportation charge. Yeah.
Right.
And that thing keeps going up and up and up. It never goes away.
Right. They want to help the economy get rid of the diesel tax. That would help. It's not going to solve it, but it would help. Right now, the diesel tax I'll need to check the number, but it did go up 9 cents last month. So it should be around 52 cents a gallon.
Yeah. Well, that's not this. Let's face it.
This is Connecticut.
Yeah. It's the fuel tax on diesel is in effect on a lot of local residents. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's truckers, and they don't give a crap about the truckers. They're more concerned about getting you and I to give them the vote because they lowered the tax. They're not worried about truckers. They're coming in and out of here. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the problem with the state tax on diesel. If they're looking to get the interstate truckers, they're not going to fuel up in Connecticut.
Right.
So who are you punishing?
Yeah.
Connecticut
The
residents.
residents.
Yeah.
And businesses here.
Correct. Yeah.
I said they want to raise the cigarette tax,
Well, I don't care.
which is already but and I'm a smoker,
yeah.
and I'm a smoker, and you know what's going to happen? We're still going to buy cigarettes.
Mhm.
You're still going to buy them within the state. If they need to go ahead and recoup some of the money that they haven't.
Yeah.
Because now what's happening? You're going after just the individual consumer,
Yeah.
and it really is our choice whether or not we smoke or we don't. It's not our choice whether or not we got to put gas in our car because we got to get to work,
Right.
or we've got to
I know
here and there and everywhere.
the good thing about some of the businesses now, they're still letting people work from home.
Yeah,
That's the one good thing is, even though during the pandemic they were working, every day of the week, but now a lot of the places are allowing them to stay home a couple days a week, which is saving them some money on gas, which is a good thing. But everybody can't work from home. I mean, somebody working at Walmart can't work from home.
Right.
Can't stock the shelves.
You
from
can't
there.
stock the shelf from home. So
Scott Fryer says
everybody's
it's the
not
old
back.
quarter in the ear trick.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
I mean,
It you know what? Here's my theory on, and let's see what you guys think. When it comes to like even inventory in stores, there's been there's no chicken or there's no this, there's no that, and you go shopping and there's empty shelves where there used to be product. Is there no product, or are they trying to lessen inventory levels on other product lines that they get stuck with? Create that.
The one thing I noticed when I go shopping with the big box stores is that a lot of times they used to have all these various name brands, now they have their own brand,
Yes.
and they're putting more and more their own brand in replace of, Jolly Green Giant or something like that. It's their brand.
Yeah.
And you kind of wonder, well, how good is that stuff? Because we all know years ago when you looked at these off branches, I don't want that.
Right.
What the hell is it made out of?
Get a big
Leftover?
stem in the green beans.
Yeah, what the hell is that? So, but that's what's happening. There's more and more of the store brands now in stores rather than the name brands.
That's better than a frog in your salad.
That's true. Yeah. So
I don't think I've ever had a frog in my salad.
well, most it's already the legs.
What do they do with the rest of the frog, man?
Throw it away.
Put them in a little dolly and
Yeah.
push them out into the world. Why? Why? That would be so sad.
Yeah.
Oh God. But one thing I noticed at say Walmart is that there's not a lot of you go there and they finally had chicken, by the way. Last week we went and they had chicken breast. And what's a good price on chicken breast? Well, $1.79 to $1.99 a pound. Right around that's usually
I don't
average.
even know anymore.
It's kind of average. Well, for the longest time, and I'd never ever seen this. And maybe because I wasn't looking for it, but Walmart now has big bags of frozen chicken thighs. They never had them before. And they're thighs. I mean, so did they have them? Are they just trying to move them because they never could before? That's what I wonder.
Well,
Like you there's a whole bunch of different cereals.
What's the country of origin?
I don't know. Well, a lot of the cereals are, they're Michigan, General Mills and stuff. Even the ones like at Aldi.
Well, I'm thinking that big bag of frozen chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, I never know.
Well, a lot of people buy chicken breasts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest. I would think that's the biggest seller is chicken breasts. So what do you do with the rest of the chicken? Get all these styles. What are you gonna do with them?
Yeah, that's true.
So you got to put them in a box and have people buy them. I don't know personally. I don't. Thighs would be dark meat. I'm not a big. I don't like chicken. I don't eat the dark meat.
Yeah.
I like the.
I like
white
it better
meat.
on the grill, though.
Yeah, I don't. You know, to me, it's eating bones.
You talked about inventory.
Yeah.
If you purchase equipment, even car parts, heavy equipment parts, all those different parts, you go to the actual manufacturer, and the retail stores, they don't have the parts. They don't keep the parts.
I'll keep them.
A lot of the brand names, they can't even order anymore. A lot of it is now aftermarket.
Yeah.
Why?
Cost. People can make it cheaper elsewhere, so you get these aftermarket.
Yeah.
Where they're produced or manufactured,
Yeah.
is a question.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were talking about the other day. We were talking about cell phones.
Mhm.
You know, they advertise and get all the new versions of the phones. They don't keep them. It takes you 2 or 3 days to get them by mail because they won't keep them at the local stores.
Right.
A couple of years ago, you could walk into the store, here, give me a new phone, and they swap it out right away.
Well, local stores can't afford the
They
inventory.
can't
levels.
keep them
Mhm.
anymore.
You know, like you go to Wireless Zone or an
Yeah.
AT&T dealer or whatever. They can't.
Yeah,
They just can't afford to have 10 of the latest greatest iPhones when they're retailing for $1,300.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what's cost on those?
Right.
7 maybe.
Yeah.
Plus shipping and taxes and all that stuff.
And how many people are really buying them now? I mean,
Oh, that hasn't stopped. There's no slowdown there.
oh, okay.
I think if anything, it's more demand now.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
that's just an example of same thing you were just talking about.
Right, but you're right though. They can't keep it
Can't keep it.
because they can't keep that money tied up in inventory like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the changes there also is because of online buying,
Yeah.
which you didn't have 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I personally use Amazon a lot because
I think
too-
we're all
I'm-
guilty. We're
I'm
all
too-
guilty of that.
too lazy to go to the freaking store where I can get it the next day.
Yeah.
You know, why go to the hassle? Have to drive to a store and so, anything.
Convenience, price, it's all there.
It's all there.
I mean, do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody.
Me
Everybody
too.
has that, yeah.
How about Walmart Plus?
No. I don't have. I probably haven't been to Walmart probably in a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
I'm not a big Walmart fan.
So I got it free for a year.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I've
It's
done
like,
so.
I know. There you go. There's that cigarette tax. but the Walmart app, I guess, I don't know if you I attach like my debit card to it. So like I use Walmart Pay. So when you go to the self checkout, you just hit the barcode and boom, 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 boom. You get a receipt that's electronic and all that. Then I got to think, you can get 1 year free of Walmart Plus, which is you can actually scan everything on your phone,
Yep.
and then just pay for it and go. You can order delivery from your local store with no delivery charge. And I think right now you have to pay something. You have to buy like $35 worth of stuff and over to get like free delivery.
Is that
So-
that's all you get with the Walmart Plus?
No, there's a bunch of other things.
Oh.
They're inconsequential, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I like it because of the delivery.
Oh.
Look at DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash is exorbitant with their fees. You know, like I know for a fact that if you buy from, say, like Wendy's in Plainfield, you can get it delivered. So I love me a number 6 from Wendy's, spicy chicken, light mayo, no lettuce. So I ordered one. I would say, okay. So if you go to Wendy's, it's like $10 for the value meal.
Yeah.
But by the time it gets to you from DoorDash, you've spent almost double. Because you're paying for the delivery. There's a delivery fee.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, there's no delivery fee if you sign up for their monthly service, which is like $10 a month. So get it one way or get it the other way.
Yeah.
And but anyway, it cost me what, $20. Sure, it came to my door. I didn't. Excuse me. I don't have to go anywhere to get it. But it was really expensive.
Now, do you pay for that up front when you make your order?
Yeah, it just comes right off your debit card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have a debit card or credit card, whatever, and just attached to your account. But it's huge business. Dean's now runs DoorDash. Paul, how many times have we been in there having a cup of coffee and Court, I'm not kidding you, 2, 3 at least DoorDash drivers coming through picking up food and
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of places downtown here that deliver as well.
Well, DoorDash, it's not just food anymore. You can have them pick up from Walgreens. Yeah. They'll pick up from stuff at Walmart. They're almost like professional shoppers now. Yeah. So,
no, people, I don't know. Do you consider that being lazy or just the convenience? I don't know.
Is it being lazy or is it because everybody's focused on other things like trying to make a living and surviving instead of going shopping?
Well, shopping
is shopping a luxury now to go to the store, taking up that time to do that when you could be doing other things that are maybe generating income.
Well, I guess you could say it's if people are that busy. I mean, let's face it. I know that people used, like you said, go shopping for clothes, and you know, some people had personal dressers. I mean, they would go out and pick their wardrobe for them so they would look halfway decent being in a professional environment because they didn't have any taste. You know, that's been going on for years, but I don't know. I just assume go myself and get it.
You were going to say something.
Yeah. Why is it we have more and more conveniences, but we have less time?
Yeah.
I think the idea is the more conveniences you'll gain time, but it doesn't seem to work out that way.
No, it's not.
It's not at all. Yeah. I don't mind going to the store for certain things. I got to be focused on what I'm getting, get in and get out. Yeah. Like I can't go to Walmart and just hang out. I just can't do it. You know, I mean, I can get into Walmart, but I start getting anxious. There's with people everywhere. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't there people that be everywhere?
How do you handle going to a fair or a concert?
I don't go.
Seriously.
Concert, if I'm surrounded by, like friends that I've gone with, I'm pretty much okay. But the fair, I can't do it. I have a hard time at Fenway.
What about Disney?
That was difficult. It really honestly was.
Wow.
And not so much standing in line because you can get some personal space there, but it's more so just walking from attraction to attraction.
Because Disney is one of the few places where myself and my family members felt crowded or claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Only one time at Disney, and it was at the Magic Kingdom in front of the castle when they did the fireworks. And the kids were still pretty little, so we hung on to them pretty tight. But the kids got really scared because the people were just packed, squeezed right in.
And now with COVID going away, even though there's a really big uptick in Florida, as far as infections are concerned, there are more and more people that are going to the parks.
Yeah,
so it was slammed when we were there.
Because we went when they did the school construction, and
okay,
that's when they had the extra week off for the spring vacation.
Yeah,
so we drove down.
Oh, God bless you.
6 of us in a minivan.
Oh God,
packed to the roof.
Oh, did you come home with all 6?
Oh, yeah, we squeezed them in there somehow.
Oh no, I just wanted to see if they survived.
They did.
Oh goodness,
we didn't let them sleep.
Oh my God,
up at 6 a.m, going till midnight, and they were like, "Can we sleep?" No.
Well, it's funny because Melissa's son Cameron, who's when he's at home, he'll be up to all hours of the night. You take him to Disney, 11, 10:30, 11 o'clock,
wiped out.
He is out. He's go, and it's like couldn't help it. Cindy says, I have to work more to even afford the conveniences.
True.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
She throws an LOL on there, but it's
it's
true.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you you think about all that extra money you need, you're not getting your buying power that you had before, but yet you're spending $10 extra to get a chicken sandwich.
Right.
Is that chicken sandwich really worth $20?
No, of course not.
Right, but you're spending it. You could have took that $10 and spent it somewhere else.
I think it was, well, number one, it was hunger driven.
Yeah.
It was laziness driven.
Yep.
And I was curious to see how it would work out. But after delivery charge, tax, and tip,
Yep.
it was $21
That's pretty
for a sandwich, a fry, and a soda.
pretty expensive chicken sandwich.
Yeah. But look at Dean's.
Yeah.
Like, Dean's they're nominally priced,
Well,
like anybody else, for breakfast food and stuff. But if you get it through DoorDash, you're going to be put on the elevator.
Yeah.
But people are paying it.
Yeah.
They are paying it. These extra conveniences. So now they got to work harder to get other things more convenient. I don't know if that's not helping anybody. Then you think of Laura Ingalls Wilder, in Little House on the Prairie. They worked all day. Pa worked all day long, right? But they always had family time. They always had everything that they needed. They all went to school and everything. I know that's just a depiction of stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're a farmer by trade, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what is it like now compared to, say, 25 years ago?
For myself personally,
Mhm.
not much has changed.
Okay. That's a good thing, is it not?
In some regards, equipment has evolved, improved, for the most part.
Mhm.
If you take a look at our tractors,
Yeah.
our newest tractor is 30 years old. And part of the reason for that is if you get to the year 2000 or so, everything became computerized. And if you have a problem with your tractor, you can't fix it at that point.
Mhm.
So then you got to wait. And if you're working, you can't wait.
Yeah.
But if you have the older tractors, you can get them up and running again, generally.
Yeah.
So I think you find a lot of the other farmers also follow that. Some of them have had to change only because they had to increase the scope of their work. I've stayed within
Trees?
within my property boundaries, so to speak.
All right.
And if it wasn't for my family, I wouldn't be able to do it physically. I'm still trying to do the same stuff I was doing 30 years ago, but there's a little difference in physical abilities.
I understand that, yeah.
So if it wasn't for my kids, and they're not kids, they're adults, if it wasn't for their help, not sure what I would do.
Yeah.
What about margins? Now, I don't want to know how much you make because that's none of my business. But like as far as margins 25 years ago as to today, have they been affected a lot?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you got to work harder really to kind of get the same amount of profit.
Yes.
Then. Okay.
Without a doubt.
So here we are getting older.
Yep.
All right. We're less capable with our own physical selves. How many times have I told you my shoulders messed up? Why? Because I didn't think I had any kind of limitations whatsoever. Then we moved from Canterbury to Jewett City. I lift something up. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm 90. Oh, it was awful. And I still am suffering from it today, right?
But it usually hits you a day or two after, and you're like, what did I do? Why did that
Yeah.
hurt?
And what did I say to you? I said to Paul a few times, I said, I never wanted to admit it, but I guess I now have limitations. I was a brute. I could lift anything, I could, whatever. Not anymore. And I feel like, oh, am I less of a man now because I can't do this?
Well, like you said before, you just have to work harder to achieve the same amount of work.
Yeah. So you discovered that too. So the bottom lines are yeah,
very much so.
Ryan says so much truth there. I'll gladly spin a wrench on older equipment than new equipment any day.
Yeah. Well, that's why in the old days, if you had a car, if something went wrong with it, you opened the hood and took care of it.
Right.
Now you
Yeah.
can't.
No.
There's no freaking way you're going to get in there and handle what's going on with the thing because you don't know.
Just look at the old trucks when you open the hood. There's all this space.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
even climb in there and work on it.
Now you got no space.
Right.
Nah, nothing.
So we've become a throwaway society over the last 20 years. See, I remember.
Well, pretty much because you don't. If you get an appliance right now and it breaks down, costs you more to fix it. So what do? Chuck it and buy a new one.
Right.
You know?
Well, see, that was
built-in obsolescence.
Yeah, I mean, that's what when I was working at Radio Shack, when I worked for them for over a decade, we had a service department where people could drop off their electronics. They would actually get serviced, even answering machines. Yeah. So we would send them out, and it got to the point where it was more expensive to fix it because the labor rate kept going up and up and up and up. So answering machines, the dual cassette type, remember those?
Mm-hmm.
One for the outgoing message, one for the incoming message. Flat rate was $39 to just look at it. And then whatever parts that you may have needed or not needed or whatever. And it got to, it was just became obsolete. So there's that obsolescence right there, you know, with product gone.
Yeah.
You know, because then digital recorders came out.
Yeah. No,
and there was nothing to replace.
Right.
But
you just chuck the thing. You get it for $8.
I'm going to give you another example. I had purchased a folding chair that came in, and it came from California, but it came in, it was broken. So I contacted the people, and I says, what we want to do, ship it back? She said, no, throw it away. I'll ship you a new one.
Right.
They will not pay shipping to return now, depending on what the product is. You know, if it's too expensive for them to take it back, keep it, and we'll give you another one, or we'll give you a refund.
It got to the point where in my district, when I was going back to Radio Shack, I instituted this thing called the $50 rule.
Yeah.
Anything that if somebody came in and phones, big example, because the Radio Shack used to sell a ton of phones and phone products and stuff. They all had 1-year warranties on them. If somebody came in and it was 6 months old, and it retailed for say $34.99, I would just go back, give him another one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was in warranty, we'd have to send it out. The labor rate was the same. The store got charged for it. You know, so you're still paying it.
Yeah.
So it was cheaper.
Yep.
Just to give them another item.
Yep.
People were shocked. Like, you're just going to give me another one? Yeah.
And how do you think that made you guys look?
Oh, we were phenomenal. They loved us for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Because, I mean, really think about it. The $34.99 fashion phone at Radio Shack cost when that was probably about $14.
Yeah.
$15.
Well, they were
plus shipping.
Yeah.
They were kind of like the father of phones, Radio Shack. They came out. Yeah, they kind of came out with most of the phones back early days with the bag phones and stuff like that.
Well, I'm talking about regular.
I know you
house
are, but
phones.
Radio Shack's been in the phone business for a long, long time prior to.
Yeah, I mean, we had 18 feet of space, and which grew to 24 feet.
Yeah.
With all the accessories and everything on the bottom end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about something that's changed. Bookstores.
Yeah.
Where are they?
There's one in Waterford.
We used to in Norwich Town Mall, Walden Books.
Yeah.
I mean, you could wander in there and spend half a day. Barnes and Nobles. It's you read your book online now. Read it on your Kindle or whatever other device.
No more bookstores.
Well, there's Books a Million in Waterford, but you just spun a memory for me with Walden Books because I was a music fanatic, you know, growing up. Well, every Tuesday morning, the new Billboard magazine would get released. And what was Billboard magazine? Well, it was all the charts, all the music charts and everything, right? So, what's the matter there, Paul?
Just checking out the weather.
Oh, what's the weather?
It's hot.
Hot.
Dry.
The Billboard magazine would get released. I never had a driver's license. I was 13, 14 in the summertime. What did I do? Get on a seat bus. Went right to the Norwich Town Mall. I'd get my copy because they got 2. I wanted to make sure I got there early enough. We didn't have internet. You know, you couldn't just look up Billboard magazine online, see what the charts were. No, it took the seat bus. It was 55 cents.
Wow.
Round trip.
Wow.
And it was the coolest thing. So when you're 13 years old, mom says you can go. You're going to Franklin Square. And then I learned this one thing that was the coolest thing: a bus transfer.
Yeah.
What? I don't have to pay again?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what I done a few times. Then finally, a driver said, "Well, I just give you a transfer." What? So,
Yeah.
that was really cool. So, but that was, so you brought that back for me. Back in the day,
You just triggered
you did, yeah,
something in my mind about buses.
Yeah,
You're familiar with the bus way that the state promoted and pushed for? And
yes.
spent?
Are you talking about the one between Hartford and New Britain?
Right.
Okay. Oh boy.
And you do know that most of the time those buses are empty.
Yeah.
One of the problems,
Spending a ton of money on them.
Yeah, one of the problems they had after they built it was snow removal. The way it was built, they couldn't push the snow off, so they had to physically remove the snow. But right now, the state will say that their ridership is doing well, and they'll put out numbers. Did you know that everybody that goes to a state school, college, UConn community colleges, there's part of their tuition that pays for bus fare, bus
Really?
coverage,
Didn't know
and
that.
that counts as rider. For the
Right.
rider coverage,
For their
or-
stats.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I heard this from someone else who I was familiar with that situation. So I went and checked because two of my children went through state schools, and sure enough, it's on their tuition.
Wow.
Yeah. The state has.
So you're paying for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you're not using it.
You're still paying for it.
Well, the state has a funny way of adding these fees so you don't realize they're there. Look at your registration fee. Park entry,
Yes.
15, 20 bucks. Half the people that drive cars don't go to state parks.
But it's free for Connecticut residents because you paid for it.
Yeah, you're paying for it, but who goes? How many times have you been to a state park this year?
Yeah. I haven't.
Exactly, but you just paid for it.
And sometimes you can't even get to Hopeville because the water is contaminated. So you can't swim in it anyway.
You can go there. You
Right.
can't swim.
And they're great camping. You can't do anything.
Right. So they have sneaky ways of, they're giving you this stuff for free, but they got sneaky ways of making you pay for it.
Mhm.
When I was told this, and I was told this within the last 6 months, I found it hard to believe till I checked my
I would never have thought
kids'
of that.
tuition.
Jeez, I should tell Melissa to look at
there was
Samantha's because she goes
There
to
was a
UConn
big
now.
to-do over that goddamn spending that money for. I know that we were fighting over the amount of money. Was that Malloy that did that? I think it was Malloy.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that did that. It was thousands and thousands of dollars, and it wasted money. And remember, they tried to stop it because we were in that big budget crunch, and he was going to raise taxes.
Right.
And they said, "Stop it." And they kept saying, "No, we already spent the money. We already proposed the money there." So there was a big to-do over that whole bus thing. And it already goes from the Britain to Hartford.
Right.
Yeah.
What big deal? How many people drive from New Britain to Hartford?
Now I heard it's going to be used to test out their self-driven automated buses.
Autonomous vehicles.
Yeah.
So
What about the electric vehicles, the electric buses? One caught on fire.
Yeah, was that
Last
down
week?
North Haven or New Haven or somewhere down there?
Hamden.
yeah, it's $100,000 down the drain.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And when they burn, it all goes.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, you short out a battery. That's what happened. Kind of wonder how come. Pretty lucky no cars have gone up yet.
I think some have.
Have they?
I think there have been car fires with electric cars.
Yeah. Well.
Gonna make me look it up. I'm pretty sure. I think that was even a Tesla thing
Was it?
that happened. Let's see.
I don't know.
Forbes. This is just a couple months ago. Let's see. But you can only read so much. Because if not, you have to subscribe. The fire risk from electric cars appears to be less than for conventional vehicles, although Americans awaiting their new Volkswagens to be delivered from Europe could be forgiven for doubting that this is going nowhere.
Well, they certainly are producing. Every manufacturer right now is producing some version of an electric vehicle. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Again, when you say that they're less likely, they can come up with those numbers.
Sure.
The simple fact is, if you look at the number of electric vehicles versus the number of combustion driven, it's a fraction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But numbers can always be.
They can always make the numbers lie.
That's right.
Rich just said they burn too hot to put out from the batteries. So what about farm equipment? I mean, is there electric farm equipment available? And is that a value for
some of those are in pilot programs that they've been working with on some of the larger farms. There hasn't been a huge success with that, but it's an agenda driven item, and it's going to keep going forward.
How do you feel about autonomous vehicles?
I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, neither am I. Paul?
Not yet.
I saw a video on social media of a guy that was testing it out. He was in a city somewhere. I don't even know where he was from, but he was a cab, and everything is online. On his phone. I think it was actually through Uber.
Yeah. And
you put in where you want to go, and blah blah blah. Car comes up, you get in, and away you go.
Is there a driver's seat in that car?
Yes, but no driver.
Can anybody sit in that seat?
I don't know. The guy was scared to death.
Well,
but then when it was done, he was like, "That was really cool." I'm like, I don't know.
They're testing out trailer trucks.
I know.
Now that's really frightening.
That is very frightening.
Yeah, they are testing those. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a car that flies. But they have those, They're there. They're just
Well, they are making them, trying to make cars, and I shouldn't say cars, but vehicles safer by having these automatic braking systems and
lane shift alarms.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah. I mean, the truck I have now, if I cross over the lane, the white line of the lane, it vibrates the wheel, so it tells me.
Don't even need a rumble strip.
Yeah, just rumbles, you can feel it, right in the wheel. And let's face it, that's one of the things that a lot of people have, especially on commuting. A lot of people working all day.
Yeah. Fatigue.
Fatigue, and then you try to cross over, it wakes you right up. So.
Well, a friend of mine has a Tesla, and I drove it from Boston to home. And I don't know if you've ever driven one but I don't know one. Believe me, this was a treat. First of all, the thing had the balls of a mountain lion. I mean, you hit it, you were gone. I mean, he was like 0 to 60 in like 4 seconds. It was fast. But you can put it in auto mode. But it's like it's 20 or 25 seconds. You have to hit the wheel, so it knows that you're still there. If not, it'll move over till it'll pull you over on the side of the road. It's amazing. They got like 18 cameras along them, so they say they're incredibly safe. I just sat back and just hit the wheel, and we just it changed lane. You pass people. You'd set the speed that you want to be at. It would slow down if they get too close. You're never tailgating.
Cars got that now.
It's cool.
They have the what do they call it? The automatic. When you can set the thing to automatically check your speed while you're going, and you can check the distance. Yeah, and it will slow down if you get too close to a car.
So what does it set the distance at if you're trapped in traffic?
I don't really.
It doesn't come on because you have to be at a certain speed.
Okay, it only works at a certain speed.
Just like you set it when you're.
It's not completely autonomous. It's still driver driven. But there are people that have thought that it's it is autonomous, and then they fall asleep while driving. So, so much for autopilot. So much for autopilot. All right, so we talked about everything today except for what I put in the subject
Everything
matter.
but.
What was that, by the way?
Well, what is considered to be from a local consumer perspective a good investment these days?
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's a totally different thing, because a lot of people last year started getting into cryptocurrency.
Which is down the tubes.
Yeah, that just kind of
Down.
fell.
Down.
And there were different ones like it was XRP. That everybody, that's the future.
Yeah.
That's everything. Well, I had a bunch of it. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I still have some of it. You know, so I'm hodling HODL. Hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
But one thing I found out about that is that if you watch the curve, like on Bitcoin, whatever it does, everything else is the same.
Yeah.
Everything follows Bitcoin. So who was it? I forget. And it wasn't Murdoch. It was somebody else. He said, if it ain't Bitcoin, it's shitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was up over 50 grand. Now it sounds like
50. It was 70.
Yeah. Now
It hit
it's like
70.
29. Something like
It's 22 this morning.
22. There you go. Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to invest in coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee be a good thing.
okay.
Take the coffee, throw the coffee out, keep the cans, put your money in the freaking cans, and go bury it in your backyard.
That's the best dad joke yet, Paul.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to
So-
say that's because they can't come up with fake coffee, right?
Yeah.
So crypto was one because I think it was easier. I think it identified with people because there was some like Dogecoin that went whoop, way up, and there were a bunch of people that made a lot of money, but it was
Yeah.
kind of it's roulette.
There were people making a lot of money. Now it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's a good investment?
I don't
Mutual
know.
funds, are they a good investment?
I don't know. Hey,
Real estate with mortgage rates soaring, is that a good investment right now? They always say that real estate's always a great investment.
In a long term, sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
But what about today?
But then again, it's all driven by location.
Yeah.
I mean, you could purchase real estate and then the way the other properties develop around it could actually decrease its value because you can't control what's outside of what you own.
Perfect example. The building we're in right here. It's going to go up for sale. What's it worth? What's the building worth and what's it worth where it is? Two totally different things, I think.
Location.
Right. So how much would you pay for this building? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I think it's case sensitive. What are you going to put here?
Right.
Can't put a restaurant, really, I wouldn't think. There's nowhere to park.
Right.
Even for your staff, where would they go?
Parking is a big issue right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Parking's a big old issue all down through town. There's really no public parking areas at all downtown.
Can't really put a retail organization here.
No.
Where are you going to park?
Right. Yeah.
What are you going to carry with this? Would Jewett City be able to support a retail organization? Oh, you go in Griswold now, they'll say, sure, we'll support it. And
Yeah.
There's like a bakery that closed down in here, you know? Because they'll support it.
There was talk about doing
Because it
public
wasn't Arizona.
parking where Walgreens is and
you're
where the
right, Bart.
supermarket was, the whole area down there. But then the town would have to maintain it
Right.
because it's public parking, and the liability would be part of the town. So it kind of got thrown out the window.
You just said it when you talked about bakeries, and you said because it's not Aramoni's. People got to get it out of their head. Aramoni's just gone.
Yeah,
They're done.
they're
It's
done.
over.
Yeah.
It's been over.
Yeah.
Stop living the dream. They're not coming back.
No, they're not coming back. So
I'll support a bakery. No, you won't.
no. So that's the biggest problem downtown. No parking.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. You know, you can't put. Wasn't there furniture? Wasn't there Hendel's here or something at one point? It was short lived. Furniture store.
There was a furniture store in the mall at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where the flea market is.
Could have sworn there was something.
I thought there was a
here.
furniture store here.
There
That's what
was.
I thought it was Hendel's, but it could be wrong.
No, I think it was privately owned. Yeah, but there was a furniture store there on the
Yeah.
bottom floor where you thought about going at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one down there.
Right, but here,
The only thing I can think of that was here was
the hardware store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. Yeah. And then, of course, it became the school piece, the school out annex, whatever you want to call
Right,
it.
central office for a
Right,
while.
Yeah. So, other than that,
And then they moved everything, which was a good move for the school to go back there.
oh yeah, of course,
Yeah. That right there saved them about 25,000 plus a year.
Yeah.
To go back.
so
So what goes here?
I don't know.
So that goes, like, if you want to buy this building or any building really around here as an investment, what's it worth?
Yeah.
And right now, with mortgage rates popping back up again,
Yeah, they're up.
is anything worth it?
They're supposed to. I think they went up again.
Well, was that last week when the Fed met? They raised
Yeah,
it
they went up again.
0.75.
Yeah, which is pretty high
It's very high.
compared to being down to 2% and 3%.
Yeah.
That adds a lot more money to your mortgage payment. And then with taxes going up, which they are, which is going to happen.
We're saying inflation could
Yeah,
hit,
your
up to
mortgage payments. The
13%.
mortgage payments are going up, and how can you afford it? People can't
Who
afford
says
it.
inflation is 13%?
I read it this morning. It's going up it was on Reuters. Oh, okay. Hold
So I
on.
thought right now that the government
It's like
publicized
8
it was
or 9.
8 or 9,
Yeah.
right?
But no, they said it's going to get as high. Here, let me find it. I read it this morning. I don't honestly, I don't follow CNN. Not even so much Fox. Let's see.
I think when you look at the price increases of everything you need to continue living your standard of living that you're used to, I think the inflation is a lot higher than what the government publicizes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess the point I was trying to make is that with if anybody's even getting raises at work, and ask Paul, I've doubled his salary
Yeah, I get a 00 now.
every day. Crap. It was. Maybe it was on here.
Well, you get the same pay as serving on the different boards for the town, right?
Yeah, same pay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Because I'm already on Reuters on my phone. I find them to be very just straight down the middle. Come on, Michael. Now they're saying Griner could serve 9.5 years. That'll never happen. Dems say we don't want Biden to run again. Lame duck. I gotta find this because it said it could get up to as high as 13%.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Bank in New England raises rates by most since 1995, even as long recession looms. Bank of New England raised interest rates by the most in 27 years on Thursday last week, despite warning that a long recession is on its way, and it rushed to smoother a rise in inflation, which is now set to top 13%.
So
Beautiful.
inflation and a recession.
Start canning your food, kids. Bottle your water.
Yeah. We're lucky there's still food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an answer to that? Because you were going to say something. Look like
That's just a very scary thought. That's really
It is scary. I mean, look at the grain deliveries coming out of Ukraine. The ship is still sitting there, I think, right?
well, they're I guess they're going to ship. It's like less than half what they normally.
Yeah, but they bombed the goddamn port, and I think the ship was still sitting there. I'm not sure if it left or not.
What is that even proving? What is it proving? I mean, it's not doing anybody good. It's certainly not doing Russia any good.
Yeah.
What is it proving?
Yeah.
Their economy is going to hell in a handbasket.
At least we think it is. We don't.
Worse.
We don't know. The government.
yeah,
Our government.
exactly. Do we know for sure?
Our government is telling us that.
Okay, that's
But
pretty.
do we really know?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
We are all manipulated.
You can't just don't pay attention to all that crap. I mean, I know it's important that we know what goes on, but if you sit there and you listen to everybody, you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Do we really want to know what's going on?
That's it. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. It's going to drive you nuts because we talk about, now China's going to start a nuclear war with us because of Tarazi. China.
Tarasi?
I'm not Tarazi. What is Pelosi?
Pelosi.
What the hell
does Tarasi have to do with any of this?
I was thinking of that because she's in Connecticut. She's down with the sun. Pelosi. And it's like China. We can get everything from China for Christ's sake. What are they going to do? Cut their nose off to spite their face?
All I know is Alibaba is down with their sales right now too. That was part of
It's like we buy everything from China.
the first time.
But think back 30 or 40 years. What did we say back then? We buy everything
Japan.
from
Yeah, we did. Now we buy everything from China.
Because my son was doing a trivia a quiz, and it was supposed to take place 1980s, and everything is made in, and he goes, China, and I said no. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said back then it was Japan. And then he checked the answers. He goes, wow. He goes, we never heard about that.
Oh, you foolish.
Japan.
You foolish child.
So in 20 or 30 years, what's it going to be then?
Iran. Who the hell knows?
Never say never, man. Never say never.
Plus now they're saying the U.S. government's put out, watch out for terrorists because of what they just did in blowing that guy up there,
Right.
So now they're saying be very, very careful, be on the lookout, keep your eyes open because they could be coming back at us because of what they did with that guy. So.
All right, it is about time to get out of here.
Yeah.
So Paul, thank you for sitting in for Rich today.
Yeah, I didn't comb my hair.
That's okay. And matter of fact, thank you to new Rich coming in. Mr. Cortland Kinney, it was certainly a pleasure to have you here. I'm glad you came by. So, did you have a good time?
Yeah,
it was fun. It's just is it what you thought it would be, or
for the most part,
yeah? Because a lot of times people come in and they go, "Oh, boy, that went by fast. We're just talking."
Yeah,
it does go by fast.
Yeah, that's all we were doing, just talking. So. All right, we'll be back tomorrow morning with Paul. Paul, you coming in again?
Yeah.
All right.
Full week.
Full on, man.
Yeah.
Along with Chris Goodenough, and we will see you tomorrow morning right here on SNSN.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish. Make it dish.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilek in the morning and 80s all day and night.
They're not human. They control the Matrix. SNSN.